Welcome to Crochet ADHD. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time viewing my channel, welcome. You're a one-hit wonder. I'm glad you're here. If you are a repeat offender, a member of the GlamFam, did you know that this channel is strong enough for a man but made for a woman? It is the July LP, the podcast where I go over everything I made last month. God, last month was July. Woo, I was about to correct myself. Okay. Anyway, everything I made last month, the things that I'm working on currently, the stuff I got, and also future plans. And don't forget, we are going to flip the calendar for our August inspiration photo. Let me just address two elephants in the room. The first being my nice, beautiful accessory, which kind of hides my awesome shirt. By the way, it's August, which is the unofficial 80s appreciation month. So I'm trying to 80s it up a little more than normal. So here's my shirt. I think I have worn this before, but again, I have this irritating accessory. So my fashion accessory here. So I've been in pain for a couple of months and I kept putting it off because I thought it was just going to get better. I went to the doctor and they think that I might have a torn rotator cuff. Yay. And gave me the sling to use to sort of immobilize my left arm. And for the most part, I only have to wear it for a few hours a day. But if I don't have it on, I will forget and I'll just try to like do jumping jacks. Not really, because we're just going to try to ignore this and discuss the other elephant in the room, which is Miss Hetty's awesome accessory. She is wearing it is called the Finding Balance scarf by CJ Brady. Okay, so the pattern is available on Ravelry and I bought it after seeing Lynn of Nina's Knots Crochet. She made a scarf last month and it was beautiful. Now I made this using Premier Colors fruit. It's the fruit yarn, but it's their sock fruit yarn, and it is not strawberry shortcake. It is strawberries and guava, and I just sort of mixed the two skeins throughout. I made it for the Shark Week challenge that was hosted by the Politically Incorrect Knitters. The challenge was it was crazy, right? You chose a pattern to make, anything that you want, knit, crochet, in a week. Okay, and this is a couple of weeks ago now, but you had literally 7 days to make it, and if you didn't complete it, you had to frog it. Like, that was the whole challenge. And I started 2 days late. The shawl, it doesn't have complicated stitches at all, and I like the fact that while you're making the scarf, it doesn't increase, and then like pretty much halfway through your skein, it does a decrease, which is very similar to the popular knitting pattern called the Sophie scarf. While you're making it, it makes a beautiful little edge on the other side as well. So it's like, to me, it kills two birds with one stone. So I cranked this out in 4 days. Yes, I believe it was 4 days. And I think it's so cute. The fact that she gets to wear a strawberry with her strawberry dress is just great. And also, this was my entry into the Little Drops of Wonderful make-along for Strawberry Shortcake. I'm telling you, y'all, if I can double, triple, quadruple dip projects, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, this project, actually, I think I was able to dip in like 4 or 5 different make-alongs with just this one item. Hetty likes it. I like it. Life is good. Okay, so now let's get into the finished objects. My first finished objects would be that scarf. My second finished object was my July calendar inspiration project. Normally I make shawls. This month I just felt a little different. Here is my cowl finished. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I had posted this last week actually. I like it. And if I get my ducks in a row, editing Jackie might be able to post a picture of me wearing this cowl. Finished object number 2. Okay, I think those were the only finished objects I had this month. That feels right. If not, I will pop in some more pictures here. Next up, whips. The first whip is one I haven't spoken about because it is a pattern test that I'm working on, and it is a Tunisian crochet tank top. I am using the Big Twist Vista in the colorway Starfish, and this is a #1 superfine or fingering weight yarn. It's 705 yards or 645 meters. It's a 150 gram cake. It's 56% cotton, 35% acrylic, and 9% polyamide. Now I will show you, it's made in 2 pieces. I'm going to show you the back side first because I just love how the back of Tunisian knit stitch looks. So here we go. This is the back. Isn't that like just cute? Okay, and here's the front. And this is all like Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian purl stitch, which creates the ribbing look. And I have started the back already. There we go. So a little more than a quarter, so maybe a third of the way finished with the back panel. And this test runs until the last week of August. The pattern calls for a DK weight. However, I personally am not a fan of the fiber or the fabric that DK weight Tunisian crochet makes. I feel like it's too thick, and given the fact that it is for a tank top, I opted to do a different weight of yarn. And I was able to get gauge without doing too much manipulation. As a matter of fact, I think I used the same hook size that she recommended. But yeah, gauge is coming along perfectly, and I am almost finished. So second whip is the one that I've literally been going on and on and on about ever since I came up with the idea for the I Love the 80s cowl. By the way, if you don't know what the I Love the 80s crochet along is, I do have a video. I will pop in the picture here, but I'll also put a link down in the description box so that you can watch the video. One of the GlamFammers, Barbara, created a bundle on Ravelry of 80s inspired crochet patterns. I will put her link also in the description box if you are still trying to figure out what you want to make. Okay, here's my inspiration photo. And here is what I have done so far.
Wow!
I love this so much. I can't even like And I did make a mistake because, okay, so there's a chart in the pattern, and the chart was written for, I don't know, maybe 22-year-old eyes. Yeah, feeling a little stupid right now. But anyway, I didn't know that the middle, which is this diamond, the blue, on the pattern it's in green, but I didn't have a green that I liked, so I opted for this pretty blue color. Well, the yellow cuts in also, and then at the top, which I haven't gotten to yet, I'm starting the decrease of the diamond in the middle, and on the top there's a patch like this, except it's in this hot pink color here, and then there are stripes like this that are also hot pink that show up. The only consistent color throughout is the white and the blue. So I have finished using the hot pink for right now, and I finished the yellow for right now. I'm just working with the blue and the white until, I don't know, I think 2 more rows, and then the other colors start back in. This is my first time doing some serious color work, and yarn management is a real issue. I thought I was just going to put everything in one bag, you know, and be like, oh, that's cool. No, each color needs its own separate bag just so that it doesn't get all tangled. So I have 4 individual bags holding, you know, the different yarn colors, and just remembering which way to turn so that they don't get tangled is something that brilliant people do. That's not me. Some tangle issues that go along, but for the most part, the end result is worth the little bit of tangles that I've been running into. I absolutely love this sweater. I love everything. Let me show you the back. Now, before I show you the back, we're not going to go into the okay. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, so I don't need any flack. It's tangled. Okay, here's the back. It's not too bad. I was going to carry the yarn, but one, the pattern says not to do that, and I'm not one to not follow a pattern. I'll talk about that in a minute. I also realized that technically I don't have enough of the white yarn to make the pattern according exactly to the instructions. So I might have to make some changes further along, which is perfectly fine with me. I might do a shorter sleeve. So I figure out where I can make some changes, and I'll be fine. A change that I did immediately out the door is the bottom ribbing. Out the door? Off to bat? From the beginning, I made changes. So the ribbing right here, which, let me just show you, I'm like obsessed with this sweater for stupid reasons. Look at the back of the ribbing. All right, what I did front post double crochets, and then a single crochet, and then a front post double crochet, and I did that all across the front because, again, I didn't want the bulk of like front post, back post. And in the pattern, you're supposed to work back loop only, you know, so you do the ribbing on the side and then turn it, you know, to start it. But I started it that way, but I wasn't, okay, I don't know if y'all know this about me. Patience is not my strong suit, and while I would be finished with the ribbing by now, that would be pretty much all I would be finished with. Because instead of doing, it was like 72 rows of the, you know, ribbing in the back loop only, I just did a chain of 70. I did a foundation double crochet chain of 72. And then I just started working the front post double crochets with the single crochet in between each stitch, if that makes any sense. And I love how it looks on the front. And I love how it looks on the back. I mean, look at it's upside down, but still, look at the texture. And it's so like, I mean, it's flat, so I got no words. I don't know how to describe how much I love this. Today I'm filming, it is August 2nd. I started this, I think at like 1 o'clock in the morning on August 1st, because, you know, I had to start my 80s project on the day as close to the hour as possible that began the I Love the 80s make along. And it is Tuesday. No, today is Wednesday, and I'm looking at the calendar, which does not apply because I haven't changed the calendar yet. I've done all of this in like I don't know, 18 hours of working. I feel like I'm going to have enough time to make another project, which brings us into future plans. I'm planning to participate in Judy's Creations in Crochet make along for this month. She always does a flower for inspiration, and I think it's hollyhock. I think that's the name of the flowers, but it's so many different colors. So guess what I'm entering in for her crochet along. So yay, there's that. Because I'm using stash, I get to use Fluff That Stash and Fluff Your Stash by Texas Peach Knits and Smash That Stash by Knits and Pieces. And I can't remember now. So that's I Love the 80s, Judy's Creations in Crochet, Fluff That Stash, Smash That Stash. That's 4. Oh, and it might also be my Caravan to Rhinebeck sweater, which is hosted by Casey at Young Folk Knits. So just y'all. Now there is another pattern that I am looking at, which would go for Marquita from Marquita's Naughty Crush is doing a vest along, but it's not called a vest along. And I have been looking at, let me show you here. It's from a 1980, what year is this? 1988? Yes, it's July 1988. And it's this. Let me see. It's this vest. Can you see? This also has skills that I have not used or learned. Cables. Those are cables that run up the front and back of this vest. I might do that one for Marquita's Naughty Crush vest along, but also because I will be using stash yarn. Killing, that's 2 more right there. And if I did get it done before the end of the month, it could also be another I Love the 80s. Y'all, I'm like just is that the same wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's the same one. That's a future plan, maybe, perhaps, maybe. Now it's time to flip the calendar. Hey, 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 flip the calendar. All right, we're gonna flip the calendar. Doing everything with one hand. Okay, let me see if I can do this. All right, this was July. Oh, okay. I remember now. So the July calendar inspiration was also my entry in the Summer of Romance 2023 crochet along that is hosted by Crochet Luna and Crochet Cakes. And my my couple inspiration was the Doctor and River Song from Doctor Who. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's kind of similar to the last month with the dunes or mountains or southwest something or other. But this, twinkle, twinkle, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. I will try to, I will put in a picture, hopefully that doesn't have so much glare on it, so you can see it much better. But, this is like a mossy, like a sage green here. And I know I have some yarn that is this color, but I love the blues. I think the blues and okay. Now, so if I make that sweater vest and I can find some blue yarn And I think I know exactly what blue yarn I would use. There we go. So I've got my calendar, the vest, the 80s, stash dipping. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Anyway, there she is. Yay, August. This part is going to be the longest segment because it is stuff I got, also known as acquisitions. So while I was participating in the Shark Week challenge, their their chat group, I met a lot of other knitters and crocheters, and one of them, she is a yarn dyer, and she did a strawberry shortcake colorway, and I was like, well, I mean, you're speaking my love language. So I placed an order for the, let me see here, for the strawberry shortcake mini skeins, and it's from Mystery Mouse Yarn Company. And all of these colors were inspired by the original strawberry shortcake doll, because yes. And when she found out that I was hosting the I Love the 80s make along, anyway, she sent along this extra bundle. Now this one is called Strawberry Shortcake's Friends. It's 100% superwash merino DK, and it's 246 yards, a total of 100 grams. We have orange blossom, blueberry muffin, huckleberry pie, raspberry tart, and I can't remember, I feel like this might be apricot, but I can't remember what apricot's dumaflachi is, because everything is like a pie. So like shortcake pie, blossom tart. This is cherry cuddler, and I know that apricot, and I have apricot, I just can't remember what her food, you know what I'm saying, what her dessert name is, but she's this size. I know that apricot is this size. So anyway, so this is being put in the I Love the 80s make along prize box. I want to say thank you to Holly, who was also going to be participating in the I Love the 80s make along as well. So yay and yay. But I am so excited about this. She also sent a bonus to go along with what I had purchased, which is the strawberry shortcake mini set. I have words. They are in here, but for some reason the Wi-Fi connection between here and here, there's a lot of buffering. So anyway, but I also have now, to go along with my strawberry shortcake mini skeins, is the Strawberry Shortcake's Friends so the information about these two, they are 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon and a total of 437 yards. Love these colors together. Thank you so much, Holly of Mystery Mouse Yarn Company. Check out Holly's channel and check out her Etsy shop. She has some awesome colors. She, like Murder She Wrote colorway, and I can't remember. It's like my mind went blank. I remembered Strawberry Shortcake. Oh, she had Winnie the Pooh, Strawberry Shortcake, Murder She Wrote, and some other things. But check her out. It's awesome, and she's so sweet. So thank you. Keeping along with the I Love the 80s, and I think it was all because of the Shark Week chat group. Someone had shown me the company called Wool and Vinyl. And first of all, I think Wool and Vinyl is the coolest name. And like their slogan is hand-dyed yarn inspired by rock and roll. I ordered a skein of Don't Stop Believin'. And I posted a picture of this on my Instagram because, oh my goodness. And if you want to just be inspired, or just, I don't even, kind of like a peek at what my brain would look like if I dyed yarn, go to this website. It is WonderlandYarns.com, and I'll put that right across here. So Don't Stop Believin' is on their classic rock sock base. It is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards per 100 grams. And yeah, Don't Stop Believin'. But they have so much yarn and such cool colors and such amazing names. They are, I was telling, not Hetty, they are literally like what my soap company would be if I dyed yarn. It was just awesome. So here she is again. This is Don't Stop Believin', and y'all, I am holding on to this feeling. Next on the stuff I got a few months ago, because I can't remember. Well, so the Grocery Girls did a Tees and Tanks make-along, and I entered my sagebrush tank that Hetty was wearing, and I won. So I got my winnings, which is this. It's Jagger Spun Spinners of Natural Fiber since 1898 from Springvale, Maine. This is sock yarn, 100% superwash wool, 100 grams, approximately 435 yards, and the colorway is Persimmon. Yeah, this is really, really soft. I feel like this would be like really nice as a shawl. I know y'all weren't surprised, but I feel like it would be good for a shawl, but also maybe like a cowl, or just like something really close to your skin. Yeah, this is really soft. That's crazy. Another skein that I got is from Windswept Fibers and Design, hand dyed in Newfoundland and Labrador. So it's a Canadian yarn, and the base is called Best Kind, 75% superwash blue faced Leicester, 25% nylon. It is 100 grams, 388 meters, or 425 yards. Recommended hand wash, cold water, air dry, and it's windsweptfibers.com, and the colorway is called Afternoon Date at the Parlor. This is so pretty. So it's kind of like, I see Barbie, but I also see cotton candy, maybe, like just like literally different colors of cotton candy. But I like this. Last but not least in the package was this button. I think it's a sheep wearing a wool hat, but that didn't explain the colors in here, which, by the way, totally 80s. It looks, I thought maybe it was supposed to be like different places in Canada. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of the two different color pieces right here are, but this is really cool, and it's going on my I collect buttons that are associated with knitting and crochet bag. Okay, last but not least, so after watching Stephanie of Texas Peach Knits, she had gone to like a local thrift shop to her, a thrift bookstore, and she found a knitting book from the 1980s. And I know I don't knit, but I gotta tell you, looking at that book, I was just like, ooh, I really like that. No, I didn't buy it. I can't believe. Anyway, I went to thriftbooks.com because, you know, pre-used books are a-okay. And I got 3 vintage crochet sweater books. And I have fallen in love with a couple of the patterns in here. I will go into more detail about them in a different video because this one is already running long enough. But I will say what I have learned. Let me show you. There's this book, the crochet sweater book. Yes, glorious crocheted sweaters and great crocheted sweaters in a weekend. Now, what I learned in all of these books, one of them is, two of them are from the 80s, and one of them is like 1991 or 92, 93, something like that. I did not know this, but mohair was like all over the place in the 1980s. What is happening? Almost every pattern requires mohair. This book has 50, this book has 60, and this book has 30. So 30, 60, 50. So 140 sweater patterns, and like maybe 130 of them require mohair. And I do have some mohair, which is that it? I think that's it right there. And I might be able to play around with some mohair because I have some fingering weight. Oh, there we go. Fingering weight solid colors, which is my Holst super soft yarns here, and paired with the variegated mohair, I might actually be able to make something impressive. I'm really excited about these books, probably more excited than I should be, but I blame it on Stephanie. And you know, y'all know I love to blame people for things. This one is totally Stephanie's fault. She should know better. I believe that is literally all for the month of July. If you like this video, please like this video, comment below, and also share this video. See how many people we can get involved in the I Love the 80s make along, because I am so psyched about this. This is like, I mean, I loved doing the, you know, sha-la-la-long, and I love the Tanks and Tees 2023, but I feel like the I Love the 80s make along is my heart and my soul, y'all. If I can figure out I Love the 80s sha-la-la-long, who knows, 2024, anything can happen, right? But anyway, let's just make August the most awesome month on the planet. Okay, let's do that. So share, tell everybody that you are proud to be a GlamFamer, that you love the 80s, even if you only love the 80s through me, whatever. Just let's just do. Okay. All right. Now, okay, I did the thing. All right. If you stuck around this long, it means that you're pretty much a repeat offender. So hit that subscribe button, and whatever you do, don't forget to rock that notification bell. Until next time, I've been Jackie.